Hello, everybody, and welcome to a Raw roster tier list where we're going to be tier listing every single WWE performer who is currently on the flagship show and the free agents as well. So we have a lot of people here, about 70 or so, that we're going to be going through. I don't have a lot of time to cover each single tier one, so some of the lesser ones I'll skip over fast. However, the bigger names like Cody Rhodes, I'll talk about for a little bit longer. We're going to get started with the free agents, starting with Brock Lesnar. Now, obviously, a couple months ago, he would be in the Hall of Fame, but considering things, we're just going to put him in incredible for now. Again, I'm going to try not to take in, personal, they did this, bad, they can't do that. I'm just, as a wrestler and as a promo person, how they have done. So, Brock is in incredible, obviously can't go in the Hall for actions. Logan Paul is also going to be incredible. I'll be honest, he's going in the Hall of Fame, so I should probably put him in there. The moment he started wrestling, it was almost inevitable that he was going in the Hall of Fame because celebrity wrestler, Hall of Fame. Makes perfect sense. MVP, great manager, also going in the Hall of Fame. And my favorite wrestler of all time. I have a signed picture back there. I have a personalized video I was given once. I have a picture I drew of him up there. I love him. Omos is going in the Hall of Fame. Yeah. Next up, we have R-Truth, also probably going to be going in the Hall of Fame, but for the moment, very good commentary. I really like his shtick at the moment. He interrupts the Judgment Day occasionally. Next up, we're going to Von Wagner. He's mid, whatever. Zion Quinn, not really on TV that much. Now we're on the actual Raw roster. Adam Pearce is a pretty solid manager. I like him. He's a little bit boring at times, but he's fun and all. Akira Tozawa is also a pretty good performer, like how he's doing his, little guy in the big group, winning matches occasionally. Andrade is going in incredible, a great performer, got an amazing spinning back elbow, which is always nice to have. Apollo Crews is also pretty good, doesn't get that much TV time, but I have seen him on live events before, and he's solid. Becky's going in the Hall of Fame. I think that's undeniable, being a horsewoman and all. And Braun is getting pretty close, but I think at the moment is good, especially now with his injury, which can't really help me rate him accurately at the moment. Bronson Reed is also going to be going in good. I like how he's been doing his character, not being on TV enough, and picking that part of his character, saying, I need to be on TV more because XYZ. Pretty solid overall. Brutus Creed is a really good talent. He's been working pretty long in NXT and now on the main roster. Haven't seen too much of him, but overall, good quality. Byron Saxton is a decent announcer. He doesn't really do that much interesting nowadays. I know I liked him on commentary, and he went to my high school, so that's pretty cool and all. But overall, whatever. Candice LeRae is a pretty good talent. I don't think that she's the greatest talent. I like her kind of, or I guess she's our mother as Christian, our mother, because that's what she's been to Indy Hartwell, who we will get to eventually. Chad Gable is going in incredible, a very good talent on the roster. I think undeniably one of the best in-ring performers that the company has right now. Shocked he doesn't have a title on him. Chelsea Green is a really fun comedic talent. She is great at putting others over and occasionally getting wins for herself. Punk is going in the Hall of Fame, undeniable, as long as he doesn't, whoppa, whoppa, anybody in the near future, because he has a little bit of a history of that, but, womp womp. Sorry, Jack Perry. Go cry me a river. Cody Rhodes, same thing, going in the Hall of Fame. And Damian Priest, I think, will go in the Hall of Fame. But at the moment, just as a world champion, put him in incredible. He's not the best at the moment. I do really like how his character work is doing. His promo work's been improving further and further every time I see him. So that's good for him. I hope he does get in the Hall of Fame eventually. But for now, nothing much. Dexter Lumis, never on TV, never had an interesting character, putting him in the thumbs down category. Dominic's pretty fun. I enjoy him getting beat up sometimes, but also getting wins for himself. Those North American title runs were fun. Drew's going in the Hall of Fame, being a multi-time WWE champion, always had a great character, and this heel character right now is insanely good, especially for, not having done much before that. Eric is injured right now, so I can't rate him very well, but for now, I'm just going to put him in good for the benefit of the doubt. Finn Balor is incredible, most likely as well going in the Hall of Fame. However, if you look at his accolades, it's actually not that much. One world title, and that's about it. A couple NXT championships, but overall, very good talent. Would wish he would get an actual world title run other than that universal title run. Less than a day, 22 hours. not great. Giovanni Vinci is pretty solid. I don't think he's the greatest wrestler in the world, nor do I think he's the worst. He doesn't get to shine that much in the big group that is Imperium and is probably the least known of the crew, but I hope he gets more shine so he can move up in this bracket. Gunther is going in the Hall of Fame, undeniably, longest Intercontinental title run. I think that might put you in the Hall, Honky Tonk Man. But overall, a decent performer. What am I talking about? Not decent, not good, not amazing, not incredible, not even perfect. Beyond perfect is Gunther, because he can beat the shit out of you, and you can still come back. He'll still make you look good, no matter the situation the match is in. Indy Hartwell is mediocre. We haven't seen much of her yet. She's a former NXT Women's Champion and all, so that's pretty solid. But right now on the main roster, we haven't seen too much. Ivar is a really good talent. I'm shocked that he hasn't been getting as far as he should be in the company right now. Him and Chad Gable would cook together. I think they've had a couple matches with one another, and they're really good. Shocked again. Not much has happened with him. Ivy Nile, I'll put in the same category. We haven't seen much of her yet, but from what we have seen, a very talented star. Other than that, we have a couple interviewers that I'm going to go through just now. So we have Jackie Redmond. Okay, mid, I guess. We have Michael Cole, who's going in the Hall of Fame. I think it's undeniable, being the main color commentator of the company for so long. We also have Sarah Schreiber, I think is her name. She'll go in mid. I don't really know that much about her. I have Wade Barrett, who's also going to be going in the Hall of Fame. I think that's undeniable. It's Wade Barrett. He's really good right now. I think there's one more. Well, we do have Triple H, who's not really an active talent at the moment, but I'll get to him in due time. Next up, we have J.D. McDonough, a current member of the Judgment Day, and overall a really good seller. He doesn't win a lot of matches on Raw, SmackDown, or anything like that, but he sells a lot, and he sells relatively well, so good on him for that. I think that's something that he is pretty damn good at, so good for him. Jey Uso is going in the incredible category. He's also going to be going in the Hall of Fame, I think. But for now, a world title would be nice to really solidify that. It's meh so far. He hasn't been really delivering on pay-per-view lately, so I hope he can do better in the build to Mania 41, because he should have a really big match on that show. Consider putting him in the world title scene if you want to. Next, we have Jinder Mahal. He's a former WWE champion and is going in the category. I wonder why. He's not very good. That's why. Next up, we have Johnny Gargano. Be yourself. Can't be no one else. He's going to be going in the incredible category. I know people on the Just main roster haven't really seen that much of him. His NXT days were insanely good. He might even go into the Hall of Fame already. But a world title run would be nice at some point. Julius Creed is incredibly talented, and I definitely see a world title run in his future with what that man can do. He can do a one-arm powerbomb. There was a time in NXT, he had one guy in an ankle lock. Another guy tried to rush him, kicked him in the stomach. One arm, powerbomb, kept the ankle lock going. Insanely good. Next up, we have both Katana Chance and Caden Carter. I'm going to rank them basically in the exact same spot of good. Haven't seen much of them lately. They had a bit of a push when they came up to the main roster, but since haven't done that much, so mediocre. Kofi's going in the Hall of Fame along with the rest of the New Day, and while I'm at it, I will grab Xavier from down here somewhere. He's going in the Hall of Fame, maybe not as himself, but as just the New Day, period, which is not surprising. I don't think I have Big E in this section. Also, if you haven't heard the news, his neck is not doing great, and he's probably not going to be returning, so wish him well. Next up, we have Liv Morgan. She's pretty good. I would like to put her in incredible and higher. She hasn't been on TV that much. She's had her one world title reign was awful, so I can't say that much other than good for the moment. Ludwig Kaiser will also be going in the good category. Again, we haven't seen much of him in singles action, but I'm hoping he'll do something come Bash in Berlin. Then we have Maxine Dupree, who's a pretty solid promo cutter, but not the greatest in the ring. She's not consistently on TV, wrestling all the time, which is not a surprise. At the same time, you know what I mean. Next up, we have Natalya, who is going in the Hall of Fame. I think that's undisputed. He's definitely going in the Hall. She is, I should say. She's not very good, but she's going in that hall for all them Guinness World Records she holds, am I right? Following that, we have Nia Jax, who is pretty good lately. A lot of people were thinking when she came back, Nia Jax, so we know what she's done before. But she's actually been pretty damn good in this new run that she's been having. Next up, we have Nikki Cross, hasn't really done much. Odyssey Jones hasn't really done much. Otis, pretty entertaining, put him in the good category. Piper Niven, basically the same. Then we have Raquel Rodriguez, who hasn't been on TV lately, so I'm going to put her in mid. Her promos aren't amazing. Her matches are decent, but again, she's been off TV. She has, health issues, and that's fine. At the same time, debatable. Rhea Ripley, obviously going in the Hall of Fame. Ricochet is an incredible talent. Like, I'm putting him up there right now because he is insanely good and just does not get any credit. Now, I know he's not a great person, but if we go back to his matches with Velveteen Dream, oh my gosh, they were so good. Just go watch them. Incredible. Samantha Irvin is actually going to be going in the Hall of Fame, though, because she's honestly one of the best ring announcers they've ever had. A lot of people have problems with Samantha Irvin because she does, special entrances. For example, if we go to Chelsea Green, who's on here somewhere. Yeah, if we go to Chelsea Green's, it's Chelsea Green. But at the same time, add some pop to the entrance. Add some pizzazz. Otherwise, it was just Chelsea Green, which is fine. But a little bit of pop is nice when somebody's coming out. Sami Zayn is going in the Hall of Fame, basically for the same reason as Gunther is, but kind of on the flip side, beating the longest reigning champion ever, and also being insanely good in his time in NXT and on the main roster. We have, I think this one's Sangha, and he's going to be going in the not good category. Again, haven't seen much. While I'm at it, we're going to do the same thing with Veer, because Veer is no longer coming. Seth freaking Rollins is going in the Hall of Fame. Shocker there. Shayna Baszler is a really good talent. If you've seen her stuff in Bloodsport, oh my goodness. They just let her wrestle. She's insanely good. Shocked she hasn't gotten as much of a push yet. But I feel in the Paul Levesque era, nice one there, I feel she will get more of a push from what she had in the Vinnie Mac time zone. Shinsuke Nakamura is a good talent. Again, probably should be in the incredible category, but he's just a jobber at this point after being a 2018 Royal Rumble winner is a jobber. Same reason good old Jinder's down here. Jobber. Boo. Womp womp. Sonya Deville has been injured for the moment, but I'm going to put her in mid because decent promo cutter, decent in ring, therefore mid. Tegan Nox is mid as well. We haven't seen much of her. I do think she can be good and incredible, but she's just not on TV enough for me to really say that, yes or no. The Miz is going in the Hall of Fame. It's The Miz. Who would have thought he's going in the Hall of Fame? He's won the WWE title twice, multi-time tag, IC, US. Really, really good all around. We have Tommaso Ciampa, who is insanely good, underrated AF. Watches NXT stuff. Same thing with Johnny Gargano. I'll put them together even. Go back and watch their matches with each other, with others. They're really good. And then their showcase at WrestleMania was insanely good as well. Very good for both men. We have a pair of Hall of Famers coming up with Triple H and Trish Stratus. Obviously, I think both of them are in the Hall of Fame. Triple H as part of DX, and then Trish by herself. And Trips will probably go in by himself later on if he hasn't already. Valhalla is mid. Again, we haven't seen much from her in the ring for the sake of things, and she doesn't cut that many promos. Xia Li is not amazing for the moment. Don't really know much about her because she's barely on TV ever. And Zoe Stark will be going in the good category because for the time that she was on TV, she was solid. So that's my list. What do you think? We have in all the categories a lot of people in good, decent amount of people in Hall of Fame, some people in mid and incredible, and only a few people down in the lower tiers. Do you agree with any of these? Do you disagree? Do you think Jey Uso is a terrible wrestler, a Hall of Famer? Do you think The Miz is the worst wrestler of all time? No matter what, let me know down in the comments down below. Make sure to check in on Friday for the SmackDown roster review, and then on the following Tuesday for the NXT roster review. Make sure you have a good day, good evening, good night, good morning, good night, good ask, whatever. Make sure to watch any former or future episodes of my channel, and goodbye.